Hey, what up and welcome to a video I probably should have did last year, but if you remember, I ended up with the flu, so I was lucky to get out what I did at the end of the year. But it is my top 15 pickups of 2022, and while we do this, you know, we're going to look back on stories, everything like that. So we just got to do some honorable mentions before we get into this list, right? So I'm not going to whip all these out because this video will be an hour if I did all my pickups. But Neckface SB Dunk Lows, incredible, killed the collab, the paperwork, the patches, the extra patches. For a skater, perfect collab. Saucony, Albino and Prado. I've mentioned them in the underrated, they got honorable mentions in the best sneakers. Great shoe, get onto it. Saucony had a huge year, I feel like this is one of their best. Huff Dunks, what can you say? These things were perfect. Like, the quality on mine probably wasn't the best. It looked like the sole wasn't sitting properly, but crazy shoe. And when you cut it away, it's got the tie-dye to throw homage to the original Huff Dunk. Midnight Navy 4s. I got these. We did them in the Christmas episode. I initially wasn't that hyped on these. I wasn't going to go for them. It was only that they released at an in-store release and we hadn't had one in a while. That's the only reason I went. That's the only reason I copped. But now I'm looking at them, they give me the vibes of like my 89 flights, that almost like a traditional like America type colorway. I don't know, but I like them. Air Max 1 Safari, the women's colorway that I actually copped in a size 10 until I realized it was a 10 women's. Mega fail on my part. I still need to find them and track them down somehow. Air Max 1 Do Yellow. I haven't worn them yet, but they're there. And a great shoe. Let's kick it off with number 15. It is the Military Black 4. Now, for a lot of people, they want this, they missed out, whatever. It commands crazy amounts on the resale market, but for me, I was really upset that the quality on mine was absolute dog shit, right? Still a great looking shoe. I haven't worn it yet, but there's like a little crease, and yeah, one of the shoes was very misshapen. What can you do? I couldn't get a replacement through Foot Locker or Nike. I think it would be higher up on the list if these issues didn't occur, but for that reason, number 15. Number 14, I don't know why these are so low down. I feel like making the top 15 out of all the pairs I bought this year was pretty hard to do, but it's the Stage Haze, right? Very simple color, very neutral. That cracked black, man, I love these. Why haven't I worn these? I haven't worn these. I laced one up and then just got the shits and couldn't be bothered lacing the other one up. I hate lacing shoes, like I just hate it. But these are so nice, so clean, and I feel like they were slept on because, you know, they're subtle, but for me, I reckon they're incredible. Top 14. These here are another interesting one. Actually, they're probably the first interesting one on the list. I feel like Military Black, so if people were able to cop, they're probably on most people's list. But this one here was a completely new silhouette based on an older style silhouette and kind of with some Yeezy influence. It's the Drake Nocta Hot Stepper Terraformer, whatever the fuck they're calling it. But look, I really like these. These are super comfortable. I had to go up half a size because they're so padded, but because they're so padded, they're so comfortable. They're just, man, I need to wear these more. I definitely do. They don't even look like they've been worn, but they have. I assure you they have been worn. I'm not even a Drake fan, I honestly am not, but I remember I picked these up in store from Supply. I want to say they sat, I want to say even right now you'd be able to get some colorways in this, but yeah, I can't work out why. Maybe there was a lot of pairs, I don't know. Maybe because it's the co-branding with Nocta and Nike, it's not just like a limited edition collab. I don't know, but these are cool. I like these. Get yourself a pair if you can. Try them on. Just try them on. That's what sold me, honestly. Like, I looked at them, they're like, they're alright. They remind me of something from the mid-2000s. Tried them on, I'm like, sold. This one here, one of the more recent purchases in this lot, I gotta say. If I'm looking, there's one more recent than this one, but these are so comfortable. I've worn them a bunch of times already. You love to hate them, but it is the Terrascape Air Max Plus or 10. Man, these are such a clean colorway, blue and white. They're so comfortable. The foam is like a blown out rubber instead of like the normal TN rubber. And even like recently, a huge TN fan, I showed him these and he was like, man, that rubber's nuts. So I love them. I don't think these would be on anyone's top list, but they're on mine. Number 11, again, just happened to be walking in Supply and I had these. I saw them online. I thought they were crazy. I thought there's no way I'll be able to get them. Somehow I did. It is the Forced NYC SB Dunk High. Now I've grabbed this one. I've just grabbed one shoe from each, but if you remember, they're two completely different shoes. They're nuts. This is, man, the stuff that Nike SB creators get away with. Like, we had the neck face joints, they completely covered the swoosh, everything like that. Like, that just seems to be where all the creativity goes. But yeah, definitely one of my favorite pickups. I ain't worn them yet, but I definitely need to, man. I feel like it's more of a winter shoe though, to be fair, the all black. I don't know. At number 10, this is actually one of the more recent pickups than say the TN, but came out a little bit late, earlier in the year, around the time of the kickstand event. I did see them in store, but I was never able to get my size. But thanks to Sneaker Dunk, I do have the Argon Dunk. These are such a clean colorway, man. And an original Co.JP colorway too, and no one seems to know that. There was no hype on these, there's no resale on these. You can buy these on Sneaker Dunk under retail right now. Use my code, it's below right now. I can't believe it, man. Like, better leather quality, it's softer, it's just a much better dunk than anything you're gonna get from the GR range. And to me, like, one of the better colorways, like the burgundy and orange and green, and they were horrible. Much better. This one here, what are we at? Number 9. So I saw this earlier in the year, or late, I want to say late 21 they were announced. And I'm like, man, I need these. I just need these. They're a very similar colorway to a Grail of mine, but kind of flipped, right? Instead of the green, it's got the red, but it is the Infrared 4. Now, I got a love-hate relationship with 4s because for whatever reason, my little toe just gets jammed up on the side, but these are so clean. Like, infrared colorway, I love my infrared 90s. It's just like they're ticking every box. It's a flip on the glow green, it's infrared, it's a Jordan 4. What more do you want? Like, there's gonna be people right now going crazy, going, how is the military black so far down the list and this one's up higher? It's my list. At the start of the year, what I mentioned, what I wanted to do more so was go down and go back and find pairs that I may not have been able to cop in years gone by. A lot of things came out this year and I copped them as well. But I did start out with good intentions, and this one here, the Air Max Zero, which I think I paid like 30 or 40 bucks for this, right? It was a $200 shoe when it came out back in the day. It was barely worn. I've worn it a bunch of times since, and they are incredibly comfortable. They're one of my favorite pickups. I think I did like a little video with these too. So, but yeah, like, I'm definitely still trying to find some Air Max Zeros because for me, at the time when they first released, I didn't like the no tongue thing. I just didn't. I got a white foot. Once you wear them, you chuck them on, and at that time when I did that, they'd only had like the navy and white ones left, and I'm like, I don't need a navy blue shoe. I just don't. $40, comfy. That's why where we at. We're at number 8 on the list. You probably think I'm bugging, but I don't care. Number 7 on the list. When I was in Melbourne, I couldn't cop nothing, bro. Like, I went everywhere, could not find anything to cop. In hindsight, I probably should have gone to a few more of the boutique joints. It is what it is. But I was able to go to an in-store raffle, my first ever in-store raffle, my first ever in-store win. It's the Taxi Highs. I mentioned this before in the, I think in the underrated shoes, that this colorway had been rumored for years, and then when it dropped, nobody really cared. I think even now, like, maybe they're reselling for about 300, but there was a time there for a minute where they were sitting on Sneaker Dunk. You could buy them for retail. I've worn these a bunch of times. Super soft leather. At the time when these came out, everyone was talking about shattered backboards. I don't own a pair, so I can't tell you, but I can tell you it's the best leather quality I have on a pair of Jordan 1s. Does that mean anything to you? I don't know, but for me, one of my favorite pickups. And it's a story, man, like, because I'm all the way from Newcastle. I'm in at Culture Kings in Melbourne, and I'd already like become familiar with the staff, and they're like, yo, the kid from Newcastle. So dope. I don't even know where we're at. At number 6. These are my beaters, bro. Like, you're probably sick of me talking about this shoe, but it is the Air Max 90 in the Terrascape. I feel like the Terrascape range absolutely killed it this year. I feel like if these were attached to a collab, they'd be sold out everywhere. But because they're not, they're chilling. I feel like even like the TN in certain colorways is on the Nike website on sale. When do you ever see a pair of TNs on sale? I'm gonna grab another pair, bro. They're so comfortable. These are insane. I need another pair of these because, like, even just the driver's heel is a little bit extensive, but I said it before, I feel like these look better than the off-white 90s. I prefer them. They're the most comfortable 90 I've ever worn, ever owned, and you can come for me in the comments. I don't care. Number 5. I did a trade with a resale store. Usually I hate resellers, I hate resale stores. They're usually out of their damn fucking mind when it comes to prices. But chopping it up, the guys at No Dramas, the guy at No Dramas, why am I saying guys? It's one guy. Chopping it up with the bloke at No Dramas. He's a really good guy, really knowledgeable, really actually cares about sneakers, not just a buck, which it is what it is. But managed to do a trade for the Yeezys that Sean hooked me up with at a good price, lightly worn, and I got a DS pair of SB Dunks in the laser blue. Absolutely insane, man. I feel like we said it before with infrared, laser blue, same sort of thing. I love the 90s. 90 is one of my favorite shoes. The laser blue in the 90s, and this I've worn a bunch of times. It was my first SB Dunk in so many years. It actually opened the floodgates because I hit on a bunch of SB Dunks this year. Like, I feel like the eBay Dunks are the only ones that I went in for that I didn't hit on. So, go me. But, great shoe, super easy wear, definitely in summer. I love them, man. I've worn them a bunch of times. You can see they're filthy, but number 5. This was a very late addition to my pickups. Well, not so really. They were sitting in a box for a couple weeks until I got around to unboxing them. Or Adam unboxed them, and then we wrapped them, and then I unwrapped them. But Air Max 1 Ironstone. It's a fucking bindi in the side here. I've definitely worn these, obviously. I even did like a makeshift photo shoot with them. I think I've posted that. I don't know. I could just be giving all my content away, but man, these are crazy. I feel like you should get onto them if you can. I feel like resale is roughly around what? They're not going too crazy on resale. Maybe for the bigger sizes, but they're just super neutral colorway. Great quality, like one of the better qualities in an Air Max 1 I've seen in a long time. The sail midsole with the tan, with the brown. Now, I was told, and I didn't know this, but there's actually a spelling mistake on here where it says flexible. They miss a letter. If I wasn't told that, I wouldn't have noticed that. But that's why they've been bumped down to number... No, I'm kidding. Like, these are so good. Give me this exact shoe with a grey instead of like the browns as well, and I'll probably cop it as well. Like, insane. Air Max 1's had a great year, let's be honest. At number 3, I said at the top of the year, whenever these came out, that these were sneaker of the year. That changed. Because we got bamboozled by a little thing called Lost and Found. But this is still a crazy shoe. The Rebellionaire. I love the concept. I love that it's different. I feel like, again, if this was a collab, they go absolutely bonkers. This is a Trophy Room collab, right? You call this was Trophy Room. Trophy Room had something to do with this. Instead of blue laces, you get red laces. I don't know. But they go nuts. They sell for thousands. Everyone thought that there was going to be less pairs than there was. Everyone was able to cop, that I know of anyway. Man, they're just such a crazy pair. And purely for the fact that I have to lace them up, I ain't worn them, but they will get worn. I'll wear all my shoes. I may even get a second pair if I can get them for the right price, just to put up on the mantle, because it is such a pretty shoe. Like, that's an art piece to me. Like, that's a piece of art. I don't know. Number 3. Now, this one could be 2, 3, and 4, because I did buy 3 pairs of them, but it's the Fire Red 3. This is the other shoe that I've worn most out of all my shoes. We'd say the Air Max 90 in the Terrascape would be number 1. This would be number 2. In terms of ones that I copped this year, maybe even the TN's coming in close, because I've been wearing them a bunch lately. But this, the execution was insane. If you remember, if you've been watching that long, I got these early. Okay, I have spent the best part of like 45 minutes going through videos, photos, everything, trying to legit check these, and I can say they are authentic. That's the last thing I want, is like, yeah, early pair, and then someone flame me in the comments like, nah, they're fake. Definitely not fake. And I got these early for literally around retail. And then they sat everywhere. So I was like, anytime I see them sitting and they're in my size, I'm buying them. And I did. I got, this is my first pair. If I look over there, there's another 2 pairs. I cut it off at 3. I could have done a lot more. Could have done a lot more damage, but I didn't. Nike hair on the back. Came with the booklet, everything, like, perfect. Perfect pair. Probably needs to be cleaned up a little bit, this one. Even though it is technically like a beater to me. Even though it is number 2 on my list. You still gotta clean your shoes, bro. You gotta take care of your shoes. But I am the biggest proponent of this shoe. If you can get a pair, if they're still sitting, I don't know if they are, they may not be. Get yourself a pair. The most comfortable Jordan. And it's an OG colorway. Why wouldn't you? You could go, because you buy into that hype, or lack of hype, right? 3-4 years down the track, they're gone, and you got to pay $500 for them. Fuck all that. That's why I bought 3 pairs. Number 1. Now, last year I set like a little rule for this, that they had to come out this year and all that, but This year I just went no rules, whatever will be, will be. I mentioned at the start of the year I wanted to go back and, you know, acquire grails. I wanted less is more type thing, and I have gotten rid of a lot of pairs, stuff that, you know, maybe I bought on impulse that I was never gonna wear, like lows and mids and all that type of stuff. Even lows and mids that I did wear, I'd sold them off on Marketplace for like $100 or whatever, right? This pair, absolute steal. They were pre-worn, but barely, right? Even now, well no, I've put a bit of wear on them now, but I've done photo shoots with these. Always a head turner. It is the glow green 4s. These were a grail for me. Like, I wanted these shoes before I even knew if they were legit. Back in the day it was pretty hard unless you just happen to know from back in the day, but like all the Nike, all the sneaker stores back in the day, like all the sneaker websites, you never even knew if they were real or fake. So you'd see these in all different other colorways and you'd be like, are these real, are these fake? Like, you just didn't know. Like, some of the most reputable sneaker blogs now used to sell fake shoes. So I would get these like catalogs of shoes that you can buy available, and they're all like around about 150, 180 bucks. So obviously they're probably fake, but this was a colorway that I wanted before I even knew what they were, before I knew the name, before I knew anything about them. I wanted this, and I managed to get them pre-owned for 200 bucks. Absolute steal with the box, like with the OG box. They'd barely been worn. I just wish 4s didn't kill my feet, but these are so clean. I've worn these a bunch of times. These aren't too bad on my feet, to be fair. It's the older style. What were these, 15? 2013, so still plenty of wear in them. They ain't gone cloudy or anything, no crumbling, no glue, no nothing, but my number one pick for 2022. Now, we are in 2023. I've already copped, I think I've copped one pair, but I technically bought it last year and then it arrived this year. So you probably already know what that is. We got a bunch of content coming. I got sent a big package from a company called Lace Space. Shout outs to them. We're going to be doing a bunch of stuff with them. What else we got? We're doing a lot more collection videos this year. Me and Rocks have already talked about it. It is like the most viewed video on my channel, but us roasting terrible looking sneakers, we're gonna have to do another one. Even when I did the worst sneakers of 2022, there was comments saying I feel like Rock should have been there for it. So he's got a big head about that, and we're gonna have to get him in. So hopefully we got the budget for it. But this has been my 2022 top pickups, top 15. I could have gone all day, man. This could have been an hour clip, but I just want to be in and out. So make sure you like, subscribe, and we'll be back twice a week. Peace. I don't know how. I was going through and trying to think about all the things I copped in 2022, and I completely forgot about this pair. I have no idea how I forgot about this pair. So I'm going to have to... I can't think of where to put it, so I'm just going to take the military black 4s out and put these in. Black canvas 4s, man. I'm gonna have to take the military black 4s out, substitute these in. Multiple reasons. They're the closest thing I'm ever gonna get to a pair of Carhartt 4s. Super wearable, super comfortable, and it's like the first 4 that doesn't kill my little toes in a long time. So for that reason, man, gotta chuck it in there. Now, what I wanted to do as well, I forgot to mention, that's another reason why I'm popping in doing this, is I want to just do a little look back at the year that was. So for the next couple minutes, just little highlights and that sort of thing. And it's going to be a big year for 2023. The Jordan year. We've got to go hard. First Culture Kings raffle, first up. Let's go.
OGs, 2015, white cement falls.
It's like, oh, is that your hand there, I see? Always love this shot, coming down here. Oliver B, filmers.
Same time they'll go quickly.
Yeah, that's fair. Alright. Looks like it's a little birthday present come early. Well, not really. I went in a bunch of raffles last week. And then I didn't have money in that account and I forgot. And then apparently Foot Locker drew theirs on the Monday. So that's that one there. Let's go unbox it. Alright. I'll just send you.
Thanks for watching. Creased heat.
You can't see that because it's out of focus.
And if you want shoe advice, you know who to call. Ghostbusters.
Alright, let's wrap it up. Actually didn't write any sort of questions out for this, so we'll just freestyle it. But just like to jump in right here and let you know that the sponsor of this video is actually no one at all. I just forgot a really important point for this video, but these, like I said, initially I was going in for a mate, and then he managed to get a pair, so I'm like, oh, maybe I get them, maybe I don't know, maybe I just skate them when I eventually start skateboarding again. But now, if you've been with us since the beginning, you know what's happening here. But I hurt my leg. I was gonna rest up because, you know, there wasn't really nothing happening in terms of content. But the biggest story in the world just keeps coming, so.
Well, it's fucking very close, isn't it?
Where's your
There's a lot going
phone?
on here, mate. There's a real lot going on.
Where's your phone?
Why?
So I'm gonna send you things to react to.
Oh, you gotta do it like that.
Gotta do it like that.
You finna get right.
We got Sean here. We're all the way in beautiful Coffs Harbour.
Forster.
Why did I say Coffs Harbour?
You done it last time in the video, man.
Oh, Forster. I even drove here. I didn't
Yeah.
Lucky I didn't get lost.
Filming, are we doing a picture?
Filming it.
Can we film over here? We can promote a little bit?
Yeah. Wherever, man.
Okay. Subscribe and turn on the notification
There we
bell.
go. Let's go. This is where it all started. That's the sneaker market right there.
This is my fourth pair from your table.
Yeah, but if you
like-
buy that for 300, I get this for 100. Think about me. Wrong way.
Oh.
What are you doing? Auto technology.
No, to get both cameras in. Where are they?
I can pull the rest out if you like. Alright. Where are you? Who are you? I haven't even set them. Oh, I've already set the one. Man, I haven't had a brand new pair of Air Max 1s since probably my last Nike U joint. No, they're 9.5. They look fucking small though. Well, that's awkward. These are actually a women's release. So a women's 9.5 would be like a men's 8. No way I'm getting my foot into that. But I got a pair that if you had seen this pair, if anyone who was doing any sort of quality control had seen this pair, it wouldn't have been sent to me at all. So someone hasn't done their job correctly, and I get the short end of the stick of it. It makes no sense. But I guess I'll send it back for a refund because you can't get me another pair. That's ridiculous. I just hung up. I'm fucking done. Where the fuck is my clicker?